And water is chaotic, right, from a symbolic perspective. And water is associated with what you immerse yourself in when you're baptized. And water is like the pre-cosmogonic chaos that exists at the beginning of time. And so for Moses to be a master of chaos and water is also to make him procedurally the antithesis of the tyrant, because the tyrant wants everything in stone and solid, and Moses is the antithesis of that.
And I think there's also one thing that happens is you have an extreme. You have, let's say, the Pharaoh, and then you have water. And what happens is, what Moses is going to be doing through the entire story is making that mediation between what is above and what is below. And now you have this little image of the ark as being a little microcosm, which is what you see in Genesis, little microcosm of the world that exist in this extreme, right? Because in the flood, what you have is a return to the beginning, where now it's heaven and earth, and there's nothing in between. Like both of them can't sustain life. There has to be a hierarchy of reality that gets pulled out of the water, and that's what Moses is going to do. He's going to go up the mountain and bring down the law, and that is going to create that structure, that mediation between. Because even in the text, we'll see later, like God is also. Just God and the people doesn't seem to work, because God is constantly wanting to consume them. And it's like, no, don't consume them. So we need to have this mediation where being lays itself out and kind of falls down into the world in a way that is appropriate.
One of the things Jung said, and this is sort of relevant if you consider psychedelic experiences as well, which can be far more than people can tolerate. Jung said part of the purpose of religious practice was to stop people from having religious experiences. And because he was very interested in experiences that were extreme enough to border on psychosis, for example, and that if you don't have those intermediary structures between you and the absolutely transcendent, which might be reality itself in the ethical and material sense, then that's just too much. And you do see that echoed in motifs like the burning bush, where God tells Moses later not to look at him directly, at best to look at his back, right? Because you just can't withstand that direct contact with something that exceeds your comprehension in every dimension simultaneously. No matter how good it is, no matter how complete it is, it's just too much for the mortal soul to bear.